reason not to follow your dreams. Seeing the title, I'm sure you had like a few ideas in mind. And I mean, there is a lot of bad reason not to follow your dreams. But I think one of the things that I was personally affected with, and that was very silly, because there is like some obstacle when you want to do something in life, and the worst thing is to be hindered by those who don't even exist, the problem that don't even exist yet, or that are very very not significant at all. And for me, that was actually when posting on social media or doing anything online, the worst thing that stopped me for years, I'm literally telling years, and I had to get over it to finally break free and, for example, post those videos, write my newsletter weekly, etc. My fear was to just have people in my life stumble upon it, or like, for example, for years, for example, I was worried and couldn't post on Instagram because I knew that some people from my previous lives, people I haven't talked to from years and years, I was worried that they would see that and try to, for example, contact me or have something to say about it, judge me, etc. It wasn't even about, you can have a fear, for example, of talking about your passion or the thing you're very interested in with your parents or something like this, because they have very direct contact, very direct confrontation. If you have like very big life choices, but most of the time, I mean, I don't know about your life specifically, but most of the time, those worries are not even that big. Those worries are not even the consequences are not even that big. To be, for example, someone contacting you or just someone seeing what you're doing and silently liking, for example. And that personally terrified me, which is so silly when you think about it. Like, because, well, I will tell you the reason is because most people don't really care that much. Most people don't really think that much about you on a day-to-day basis. They just have other things to, they have other thing going on in their life. So have to understand that. So even if you start posting and you're worried not even to be judged by the general public, but just being judged by one or two people, specifically like an ex or a family member that is especially critical, those reasons are very silly because, well, first of all, they might not even, you need to be pretty dedicated to follow one person and understand what they're doing. So the most likely result, and that's why this fear is so silly, is that people will not even like care at all. People don't care, and people have other thing going on. So really, don't let that stop you. I'm begging you, because it has stopped me for many years, and I'm very glad. For example, this channel, I had it for. So if you dig into it enough, I had this channel for more than 7 years now. I started it when I was a teenager, and I did like very cringe vlogs, very bad editing, etc. But I still had some friends who followed me there, and posting on this channel again, I was worried that they would see it and not even like, because I didn't really wanted to go back to this old life, and turns out nobody cares. Nobody cares. People have very busy life, so don't let fear of silently judging or just don't let this fear that is not even really defined, like, one thing that you can do if you have those irrational fears or barrier to entry, like play the worst case scenario and see how you can handle that. So for example, you have a toxic ex that wants to contact you. Well, you can just block them, or you can just not reply or something like that. So it's not really that complicated to deal with, and that's worth. That's a small confrontation. That's a small setback to just achieving your dreams. That's what I think. So yeah, if you have any thought about this, or if maybe I'm too far, or maybe what was the thing you were thinking about when I said that what is the worst reason not to follow your dreams? So I will be very curious. So leave a comment if you have any question.